everyone here before you, and I think I speak for them without equivocation, takes our calling as public service very seriously. We know that the decisions we're going to make in the next 4 years need to look past the next election and on to the next generation. Little of the reason I brought my entourage with me today. I took the oath of office on a family Bible that was given by my grandparents, that's Mom's parents, to their children, and is being held by their great-great-grandson that they never knew. And it reminds me that time passes all too quickly for us. It's a reminder that we need to honor our past, but look to the future. 4,000 years ago, a man much wiser than I, whose name was Solomon, became the leader of a people much larger than ours. His prayer was simple, yet very eloquent. He said, "Give your servant an understanding heart to govern your people, that I may distinguish between right and wrong." That is our prayer today. We thank you for the call to service.
Here with Bluffton Common Council member Jim Phillabaum, president of the council. He was just sworn in for his 10th four-year term. Jim, most people in government don't run for 10 terms of anything. Why have you stayed at it this long?
Well, first of all, I've felt that I've made a contribution and want to continue to make that contribution over that period of time. And each time when it come up for me to be re-elected, I had people that encouraged me to. Mm-hmm. Another reason is that as I've worked with the city people through my affiliation on the Board of Works, we have some great employees in Bluffton, and it's just a joy and a pleasure to work with them.
When you think back to, oh my goodness, what would it have been? What was your first year being elected?
1976.
Well, 75 would have been the election.
The election would have been 75. I took office January 1, 1976.
When you see pictures of yourself from that era, when you see, a board meeting or council meeting minutes or anything, is there? I mean, what goes through your mind when you think of serving that long?
Well, I was 35 years old back then, and had some gray hair, but very little at the time, and I was, just learning my way. But I had some good teachers and some great people that served with me, and one in particular I think of is a man by the name of Don Harris, who had a kind of an unusual city council tenure. He served as a young man, and then when he retired, he came back and served as a retired man, and he was pretty much my mentor, and I have good thoughts about that. And I've worked with some great people on the city council over the years, and from both parties. There's people like Dick Swisher, and I worked with, and I have a great deal of respect, and there were others, but that's what I think of, and are the accomplishments made. And a lot of the accomplishments have been made in the last 36 years had to do with infrastructure, and those are not things that people think of on a daily basis. Their toilet works every day, but they don't know or think about the infrastructure that we've installed and put in so that can continue to happen.
What's been the highlight? I mean, is there any particular highlight you can say and go, boy, that was really something to be involved with?
Well, I don't know. The biggest thing that comes to mind, and I don't know whether it's something it was great to be involved in it, but it was the flood of '03, and the mayor went off to Washington D.C. and pretty much left me in charge, and he did great things getting the ducks in order that we could take advantage of some of the FEMA programs, and I think that that's probably one of my biggest contributions, and one of the things that comes to mind when you say, what's the biggest thing in the last 36 years?
What do you see ahead the next 4 years? What?
Well, we have some issues we're going to have to deal with, fire protection, and find some kind of an agreement between Harrison and Lancaster Township, and we're still dealing with some stormwater problems in the city, and those are probably the two things that come to mind now, but there'll be other things that come along.